evening, everybody. My name is David Butler, and I'm the founder and CEO of a new company called iPositioning. We just went production with a cloud software offering I'm going to talk to you tonight at the end of January. So it's a subscription-based software we sell to businesses, specifically the marketing department, but it can be really anybody in the business that is trying to create their message and control their message in a very targeted way to really get awareness. One of the stories I like to tell is, and I don't know how many of you participate in helping create awareness for your companies, your universities, or just the organizations that you're with, but typically there's a big need to get everybody to start talking on the social networks. I'm sure people have Twitter and Facebook and LinkedIn and Pinterest and Google Plus and all these accounts. So I've been in a conference room with my marketing team. We think we're doing a great job. VP of Sales comes in. How's it going? How's the leads going? And he says, terrible. Nobody understands us. Nobody understands our messaging. They're not seeing us. And so there's a real disconnect. And so one of the big things that's happening today in kind of marketing is how do we get better storytelling? How do we own our message? How do we get that out into the marketplace? So we created this cloud. Think of it as a way to have a more open but structured way to start to get organized with how you want to tell the story of any of the companies that you work with or yourself. But again, we target the marketing departments. So for example, even this meetup, I mean, I talked to Dave online, and all of a sudden you get all the emails, please help us promote the event, right? That's a classic use case. Whether you're in engineering, whether you're in marketing, whether you're in sales, if there's a nice event like this and a big event, you want to do that. So what did I do? I started to tweet. So this is the tweet that I sent out here at 1 o'clock this afternoon. Nice little message that I tried to create. Here's a different tweet that came out from a different social network. Looks similar, but it's actually the iPositioning channel. Here's Google Plus. I started to get a little bit more creative. I said, well, geez, maybe there's a video available that I could share. Here's a different tweet at a different time. So this is at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, different message. And here's a Facebook post. Now, I know everybody in this room is a guru in all of the social media meta tagging and data and everything that you need to do across all those networks. If you're a marketing department, you have to do this every day for every event today because everything is so digital and everything is so aware. So where did this all come from? So with iPositioning, we created what we call a story sheet. And on a story sheet, there's components. And here there are 3 message components that I've actually created for this story. And let me get a space here. And if I go over to this scorecard, you'll see that I'm keeping track of every one of those messages that have been posted across at least 6 or 7 channels. This is a title of the message that I sent out to this hashtag. This is a title that I sent out, join us to Google+. The point of this, I can also refresh and get whether anybody shared this. I can look at different information. And so what you can do with iPositioning is you start to organize before you start to communicate on the social nets, before you start to communicate on all of the networks, you start to organize into stories. And these stories get organized on sheets. You can search all kinds of networks to validate what you're looking at. So for example, I've got Dave here, and I can search if he exists as an example on Twitter or Facebook or LinkedIn directly from the application. So this comes in handy when you don't know people or whether you want to target certain people on LinkedIn, etc. The nice thing about iPositioning is we created a user interface so that everybody in the company can use the same user interface. And then these messages get organized on a sheet. And then we have a catalog full of stories that are all organized based on a theme based on the storytelling environment, based on how you want to communicate today, tomorrow, next month, certain events and certain customers. So it's a cloud application to help you all organize ideas and storytelling and the content, and then start to publish it across all the multiple channels. So questions?
David, this looks really cool. Are you selling it per seat per month, per company per month? What's the revenue model there?
So it's a company subscription, as you would expect, but the model is we have 3 roles. So we charge for the owner role, $75 per user per month, or there's an annual subscription of $765 for the year. That owner, though, so it could be like 5 users in a company, could be owners, can invite collaborators. This is a real-time collaborative application. Collaborators are free. Could be a PR firm inside or outside the company, and viewers are free. So you can imagine there's a lot of value in the whole company, whether it's in sales or marketing or in engineering, that want to come in and see what the latest story is. So that's all free. So it's basically, if you want to create and publish, you pay the per user fee. But it's a company-based cloud. So think of it like a private cloud that a company purchases, they subscribe to, and then all this content, everything that's attached, pictures, videos, graphics, is all saved with those story sheets. So you get like a gigabyte of storage per user when you subscribe. Other questions?
You have a one-click button to publish on all those social media?
Yes. So you can, we interface with a product called Buffer. If anybody's familiar with it, it's a very popular back-end publishing and scheduling tool. So what we allow you to do is preview and edit the preview of the text. So I was able to customize, a lot of people use this for message testing, so I created 3 different messages on how to promote this meetup, all different versions with all different content. And I'm going to be interested to see like how many people shared it, how many people retweeted it, depending on which message I used. But it all goes out through Buffer on the back end. We have APIs into that question.
If you use Buffer, do your posts get limited on their exposure? Like, let's say if you share it through Buffer, does Facebook actually limit the effectiveness of that post?
No, Buffer does a pretty good job as far as what you can actually technically put in the post, like a picture, video, graphic, or links, or anything like that. No.
Well, I'm asking, have you done testing against posting natively in Facebook versus through Buffer, and if those results were similar in the performance?
So far, from what I've seen, yeah. And what's also even better is because we give you the preview state, you can do a lot of editing and changing of the messages and then rescheduling them. So you get to perfect. One of the things you don't want to do in social is send the same content out across all the channels. So by having this environment where you can edit and then edit again, you can say, well, let's customize that in Facebook because it needs to look this way in Facebook. Facebook doesn't have a character limit, so some people say, though, you should try to keep it to, at least under 1,500 characters. We know Twitter is 140, LinkedIn is 699. So we take care of making sure that all of that is easy, because frankly, everybody, doesn't want to have to worry about those details. Other questions?
Competition?
Good question. Competition for this that we've seen, there's a little bit of overlap in some of the marketing automation products, but quite frankly, it's Google Docs, Word, PowerPoint, Hootsuite. There's a lot of tools that we would use to kind of get into this state. There's really nothing that is an ideation-centric platform like this.
Does HubSpot play in here at all?
HubSpot's a great partner for this. So we even integrate and search the HubSpot system, and we can publish. We don't have it built into the product, but with our APIs, we can use their publishing APIs, etc. So think of it like a front end and a promoter. Question?
In your focus groups, what are your users' favorite feature?
The Scout feature. I didn't really get a chance to so the Scout feature is very, very hot, which is the ability for you to go through and say, I think I want to target this type of audience, or I have this pain point, like, what are people discussing? What Scout allows you to do is search databases and applications and social networks for those topics instantly. So you get this effect where you can kind of ideate and you can be creative without having to log into 5 different systems and databases. So Scout is the tool. It's very fast and it's really easy to get targeted on what you want to say.
Being that our host is a law firm, are there any copyright or content issues in terms of clearance of copyrights and everything with what we do with pushing out content?
No, really, we don't own the content, and the owners of the content have those issues. So that's very similar to the cloud stuff. So thank you for your time. Hopefully, you guys will take a look at it.